No, you load. Nice and peacefully. And you come here. No, not you, Richie. You go away because you already got something. We're not going to overfeed you. Because that is going to end badly. One want to do that now would be whip. You go there, you come here, you... Yes, you. Well, the good thing is, according to the loading time, I'm probably live, aren't I? Good thing about that is, that means I'm not talking to myself. Yeah. Means I'm technically speaking not crazy. At least I can claim so. Let us take a little bit of, small amount of dope there, but yeah. He's screaming of a certain individual. Screaming in the background like a little bitch. Yeah, but yeah. Also that can't talk about that bloody fuck's sake. Oop. This is gonna be uncomfortable. Let's see. And alas, since I can't change that. Let's get started before things get even worse. Look at this beauty. I kinda got into it. I would admit that much. Okay, well, I mean, not much story about that. I'm going to get out of it too at some point. Single player, classic mode, explorer mode, tactician mode, other mode. Failure is not an option. Up to stacks betting, but a single save game to the already highly generated tactician mode. Save game will be raised and your quest will be well and truly over. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Classic mode. Yeah, classic mode. That sounds like default. Sounds good enough. Well, I haven't played the first one in a while, so I kind of was like, why not? Let's see. Oh, right. This is the one where you have two, isn't it? Okay. Yay, I get the triple tooltips. Oh, this is bad. I have two now. And, I usually don't have to deal with. Bullshit. Bullshit indeed.
A forge. The one place metal and bread are welcome in equal.
There must be a way to sprinkle whetstone wheel.
Ah, a forge.
There must be a...
Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
Well then, how are we going to do this? Hey, you're getting blacker. You're getting whiter. Ah, that's good. Oh, that's something. Let's see, do we have it nice? Something nice, something... I mean... Can I turn you a bit? Game is like, no. Okay, I can. A bit more than what I would usually have, but alas, I can't change that. Sure, that's the sort of thing you would have on your head, of course. Don't you have some normal looking short hair somewhere? Bloody hell. I guess. That looks horrible. Jesus Christ. I guess we're gonna go there. Underwear. What do I have? What choices? That looks strange. That looks uncomfortably warm. I saw a beach. And so you have quite the muscles, my friend. Now then. Shadowblade. Powerful assassin. Wayfarer. Survivalist and practitioner. Yeah, Tong decided to work with me there. Just took it a while. First aid, some better. Hard to hit, even harder to evade. A witch. Sounds like something a woman would do. a wizard, a battle mage, a cleric, Jaunt here, a fighter, an inquisitor. Joint wielder risking life and limb to decimate evil head on. Chanda jump. Jump from one target to another, hitting a maximum of 2 targets. Not much of a jump. Burning touch and vampiric touch. Here's for the efforts of someone else. Damages them for 11, 12 piercing and 2 wielding wands. Then we have the knight, the ranger, and the rook we started with. Oh, choices, isn't it? Choices indeed. Well then. Oh, I can actually change your portrait. That's kinda nice.
What can I cook? What can I look out? I see a trap nearby.
Let's do the same thing? Yeah, sure, let's do the same thing. I mean, they do apparently do like these whole, ooh, bloody hell. You're on a bend, I know. It looks very strange. Yeah, there's so many strange options. What's wrong with normal options? Do we have a normal ponytail or something? I don't dig ponytails, kinda, admittedly. Game is like, no, I'm going to disappoint you now. Do you feel disappointed now? I'm sitting here, kinda. But I guess that could potentially be ponytail. If you would bother. I can dig that. I can dig that. Actually, do we have anything that looks remotely like your... I guess that would be a lie. Do we have anything that doesn't make you look like an idiot? Ah, Jesus Christ. Why are you making it so difficult, game? Now then, still leaves me kind of with the question of what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I don't think I need 2 rooks. That would be overkill. Ranger, knight, fighter, enchanter, a cleric, a battle mage. I mean, I do want to have 1 rook, I suppose. One with the shadows. Chanda Gem, Vampiric Touch. The classic rook has Accelerate, Fast Track, Walk in Shadows. I mean, that's some useful stuff there. I guess Shadowblade is kind of cool. Wizard, Battle Mage. I want to have a cleric in my team. I mean, on one hand, yeah. On the other, this game is not really going for the whole class system. You kind of have the choice, actually, you know. Even your bloody fighter can learn some magic if he wants to, so, you know. Cure Wounds, for example. I mean, Knight sounds kinda okay-ish. Ranger would probably even a better choice because distant fighting is pretty sweet. Survivalist aim. Kinda. I wanna go for an Inquisitor again. In on one hand. Bloody hell. Hmm. Maybe going for, you know, basically that's an advanced fighter, basically that's an advanced rogue, so maybe that is kinda okay for the moment. Also, I've kinda forgotten what sort of companions I meet along the way, so that's kinda in the way. I mean, sure.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick.
Very nice of them.
The wounded through a great power called Source.
Oh, very nice.
But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. The Source appears, hunters follow.
I mean, that always sounds so nice and dandy, but if it really is such a great risk to everyone, why don't they have more hunters? I don't know, I'm just gonna ask it. Seems to be a very logical conclusion. Problem is, Source threatens to destroy us all. Answer, hunters.
Master Source Hunters. The cam wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. Don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry and out for blood. You're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the counselor in. Source in
I kinda remembered it.
Seal. Nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters.
Yeah, God's blessing on you too, my friend.
But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look.
What do we see?
Orc ships
Well, great.
blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the counselor, you have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Well, well, well. Sounds like I have a job now. Excuse me. Sasa, I did have a bit of a carbonated drink for once. Kinda bites me in the ass, doesn't it? Ah, well. That's gonna stop in a while. Yay! Nice of you to give me tutorials. Now, let me... Yeah, arrow keys, sure. Why would I use arrow keys though? I'm trying to find out right now is which is... yeah. It's the same button. That's good. The game is like, here, let me give you an autosave.
Worth the rummaging.
Also, let me... improve the settings a bit. 69 you say.
Hey, stop that! What do you think you're doing?
Why are you talking like you're a bloody... dense yet? Just asking for a friend. Money.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Well, so you say, but apart from the intro going like, well, Source and Source, all bad stuff, I have not seen any proof that actually any sorcerers are bad. I can see a dead body. Oh, that was a good sign, isn't it? It's a rain scroll.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage?
Maybe? So can I actually play around with this down here? Options, game, user interface, scaling, PCI, Rush weapon, okay, I can have multiple of those. Can I just, yeah, I can just drag and drop stuff. Okay, let's actually set up things somewhat reasonably the same, because otherwise I'm gonna get confused. I change between my characters and go like, oh shit, I misclicked. Oh, I did something horrible. And everybody hates me, and I don't have a save game. Believe me, misclicks are quite the enemy sometimes. I mean, you can always reload, but then again, yeah, you know, sometimes you should deliberately choose not to. Just to have some continuity in your game. On the other side of the argument, you know, basically the oldest form of cheating is self-scumming, so yeah, why wouldn't you? Let me be honest with you. Oop. And that's nice of you to say, game. I have a backpack. The Order of Source Hunters, a brief history. Great, I'm getting an introduction. And Source was sentient many centuries ago, Source had been brought great good, became evil, with the Council of Seven, ordered a new order of elite warriors. This was defeated, the Order of Source began its legacy. Sourcemen from Babylon. What sorcerer at the time? There was a form of magic source particularly difficult to identify. When I'm to sense the presence of Source, smell the sick sweet scent of poison or hear the barely perceptible scrape of a sword loosened from its hilt. When your blade, while drawing it, makes sounds, you're doing it fucking wrong. Quite wrong, because that means that your blade is scrapping alongside something. It's not good for the blade. The source may be chilled through certain objects, weapons, gems, and metals. Also of cunning and cleverness as much as of strength and power. Great. A question lifted rebel and this each chest me for the faintest brief, less of a clue. Nothing surmountable. If some knot puzzles you, mark its location upon your map and return to it when you've learned a better method of untangling it. Well, if there's a knot in my way, just burn it. There's not resolve, no this unknowable, no foe unbeatable, no mystery unsolvable. Oh yes. And there has been a murder, the Councillor Jake apparently, and you're supposed to go to the city of Seisel and find out what the fuck happened. Some of the most powerful spells and magic known to the Order, but read them with caution. These are very rare. We'd advise you not to blow through your entire arsenal at once. Great advice. Don't use your powerful stuff. Chandler's Trunks. To grant my whole disadvantage by underpants that brief after all. My grandma had a pretty good and straight head apparently. Am I supposed to wear that? Where? I can wear it apparently as a belt. Unit 21. Rejoice, for the statues have granted my wish. Their whimsical nature, however, must not be taken lightly, so if I soar through the sky like an eagle, I shall attempt a hop from the cliffs down at the beach. It should be a small feat for the man that can fly. If this has been successful, the sun shall be my next target. Well, Icarus, you failed.
Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Well, it is indeed pure madness. How could someone be so utterly naive?
Pure madness. How could someone be so utterly naive?
Nice.
Agreed. Call me skeptical, but a little proof goes a long way for the rational mind.
Both get okay, voice opinion is finish the trade, which cancels the stat ability bonus. Well, pragmatism sounds like something I would like to have actually. Leader inside.
Source hunters, how did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
You overestimate
As you say,
yourself
Conduit.
quite a bit. I don't.
Arise, fair dead. Seize upon our enemies.
I was just about to say, I'm not even getting an opportunity to stop them. What a bitch. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the other Divinity game. I mean, what can I do? I can do something like Thunder Jump, which costs me 5 HP. Walk in Shadows, become one of the shadows, and then we have Vampiric Touch. Heal life of somebody else. Oh shit, I don't have enough HP to actually attack him. Otherwise I could be backstabbing him quite nicely. And then I have Battering Ram. Boom! And I have Encourage, which gives people... Actually, I don't know what that gives people. I'm going to assume it's going to give them a very great advantage. Yeah, that's...
Meet your demise!
Nice. How many points do I have left? It's 4 each. Okay. If I go here, I can stab you in the back. No, I cannot, because that costs too much. Partly. For some reason she has moved up again. Well. Kinda forgot about it, but it doesn't matter because murder. And then the action points. Ouch. 8. So
On the
1.
mend!
Can I do that of undead?
As good as a new penny.
I apparently can take energy from the undead. That
Their
is
leader said
very
something
net,
about escaping with a
very
stone.
neat.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside? Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source.
Indeed.
Let's investigate
It
the
seems
tomb,
pretty damn
see
obvious.
what answers it might reveal.
Indeed, for all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
Indeed. Well, I mean, you call it independence, I call it reason. It's pretty obvious show of, oh shit, we have some shit going on. My Sword Center breastplate is a lot better. Yeah, 6. Yeah, kind of figured I couldn't wear it there. It does give me +1 initiative, you know. Guess I'm going to keep on wearing that for the moment. Oh yeah, and then this nonsense starts.
This seems to be broken.
Because of course you can click on Blazik, get everything, open everything up, and you can find something.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
But it works, you know. You can find stuff like bottles of beer. Technically, you can also talk to animals, like in the second one, when you have the skill for it. Squeak! And they can tell you stuff. Ooh, a decorative two-handed sword. Okay. Before I do this, I'm going to steal all the stuff that I can. There could be stuff in there. Important stuff. Of course, there's also going to be lots and lots of useless stuff that I'm... Like, for example...
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
And that's actually one of the problems this... one of the whole of the... Divinity games have. They have too much to offer. To put it mildly. A crafting system. But we also have tactical combat with elemental aspects. But we also have lots of team interactions. Yada yada yada. It starts from there and it doesn't really get, you know, less, let's say. In fact, you could really say it just gets more and more and more. Which on one hand is very good, because that means you have lots of aspects that you can potentially have very much fun with. But it's just too much. At least for somebody like me, who's like, I'm not even going to use everything you have.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
You are potentially better at this, aren't you? I'm just going to assume that as an assassin you at least know the basics of how to open a lock. Well, let us assume so for the moment. And a mushroom. How nice. And a bit of old parchment. Yay! Feel my existence validated because I found an old parchment. Also, this sort of game really invites the whole habit of well, taking everything with you, including the bloody paintings of the wall. Quite literally, actually. Now that is all nice and dandy from where I'm standing. That was not hidden very well. I shall point out. No, then I feel you. Be grateful. That was very nice of me.
I've spotted something interesting.
Yeah, don't we all love tutorial levels?
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
Don't know who is thinking about talking like this to me, but if I find him, I will murder him with my blade. Seems like you might want to save here. Could be dangerous, and I'm like, okay. Going to ignore you now. Water barrel, you say? You're seriously telling me that you can't move that? Yeah, Pandy is going to Silvio. Do I have a ranged weapon or anything? Precisely the same, isn't it? I would like to point out that it doesn't really look like I have much of a ranged weapon on my hand. Kinda saddening, isn't it? Where would you even... Oh, there you would equip it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Can I just shoot and fire arrow? But not exactly what I wanted to do. The fact that he's not strong enough to actually move that is really annoying me. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Jesus, that's an area. What kind of a big area there?
Ugh, I'm dripping.
Yeah, I believe so.
Lord, our enemies have laid a trap.
If he get to the one who can probably make better use of it. Disarm the trap.
Shut tight.
If you're going to open up such an easy path for me to use, I will most likely and most definitely make use of it. Surprisingly enough. Oh yeah, I already picked it up, didn't I? Whee! And we murdered that most foul. I also found a key, which is great. I'm just going to assume it's gonna be great at some point in the near future. So, how do I... That was not what I wanted to do. Pragmatic. Any doors. Bodybuilding, willpower. You're really going for the defenses, aren't you? And for two-handed. More lockpicks. Who knows? Who knows? She might have the uses, you know? Like that totally hidden switch, for example. Totally hidden, let me tell ya. Just, you know, not really. Not really indeed. Could have done a better job there.
What's this? I found something.
I've spotted something.
Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Took a bit, but you know, worked. And that is, of course, the most important part of the whole story. An oiled mouse, maybe an old rat even.
I think I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
Boom. You know, should probably sneak too. Sneak, sneak. Call it sneaking.
Something isn't right here. It could be an ambush.
Nice. We're gonna die before I even have to do anything about it. Ah. And then I'm even out of solid sneaking. It's always nice when you can actually, you know, get stuff done without having to actually do the fighting for it. That's kinda, well, bode well with me. Hmm. Yeah, come on, game. I'm not an idiot. Not that much at least. I mean, so far so good. We are getting somewhere. We're getting places. Yay. Planted a skeleton. I found bones. Surprising. Surprising. Wahaha. Do feel that I kinda need some coffee because, well, yeah, I'm a bit tired. Now what do we have here? A hammer. Arrow shaft. That smells very much like drafting. Will I ever do that though? I wonder. Yeah. You go there. I'm going to assume, yeah. Okay, that was, you know. Yes, game, I just did that. I'm not that much of an idiot. Ah, look, I had the same idea as the game. I was like, what point to make a quick save, I suppose. Oh. Wait. Close quarters combat. Let me get close to you. Close and personal. I think I managed that quite well. Right in his face.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead.
Oh.
A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it?
Like quite literally don't even know what you're talking about.
You only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure.
Actually,
I suppose
yeah.
you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha!
You know, there was actually a trio called... Yeah, it actually probably was. Cult members.
Strange indeed. Robed indeed.
Hmm.
Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The Bloodstone, deliver it now and I may deign to end you quickly.
Well, that's a good point to ask him who he is.
In life, I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers.
Oh, but I'm neither.
The legacy of Cecile is mine to
Don't mention to him that I
preserve.
pretty
Her
much took
traitors are mine
everything
to destroy.
that I
Run
could.
if you like, Defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave.
Yeah, but every way in the end leads to the grave. That's not much of an argument. Yes, I'm going to point out. Ooh. I mean, pretty obvious. Also, my minimap also showcases me that I have only 3 enemies in front of me. Yeah, stunt failed, you say. That does not make me happy. Also, a toxic grenade is probably not going to do much good against, you know, the undead. Whip. I probably can't attack that. Can get closer. Well, that's a pretty smart move for an archer to run away. Okay, not close enough. That was more than close enough, and more than deadly enough.
This day we fight. This day we win!
We shall see that. Ouch.
Back on my feet again.
That's not a very nice thing to do. I'm going to take that back from you. Thank you very much. Do I have enough points to attack? I don't. It takes bloody massive amounts of points to actually attack like this.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
That's a cheap trick, my friend. So he is right. Pretty damn hard to murder death. I'll give him that much. You missed. Idiot. Now then, second part. Do you dead now? I find a cooking pot. Oh well. I'll take that. There's a stone here.
Lies Master Ragequin's second apprentice, killed by dying.
Killed by dying. You don't say. What murdered him? Death. Okay. Very good point.
Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice, killed by a falling corpse.
Well, that's also another interesting way to go, I guess. I don't think many would experience that.
This is a single malt. Imported all the way from Hawkesbury, you know. It ain't the local pig swill they sell.
Single malt? Stop. You've been had by one of them smooth-talking salesmen again. Come, give here.
Hey, nothing against the good single malt, eh? That's good stuff. Very much to my liking. And of course, if I see people... yeah, I already did this game. Don't know why you're feeling the need to tell me now. I just wanted to look at this area here. Because if there are other people, then I would very much assume that this is the way forward. And you know, there could be, well, a shell route. More shells even. I do like it. I mean, they're apparently not worth mud, but you know, I have a bit of order in me. I do like the idea of having shells around. It's a pretty big shell, isn't it? I can interact with it. Take it.
Look! A wanderer comes my way. Walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer.
That is an interesting shell, are you? Who the frick, Sir Shell?
Call me Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Cast upon these wretched
I see.
an
That's
exiled
good.
shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native tender.
Yeah, kind of strange, that whole talky thing.
Of course I can talk. Don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine. For I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur.
Well, to be fair, that's not that long ago now, is it? Oh, you don't seem to remember about very fondly, though.
Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic harpy.
Yeah, time is a bitch. That much is true, at least.
Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive,
Alone, alas. Oh, you doomed?
My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean?
Yeah, I mean, if the ocean would be busy bitching at me, then yeah. Most likely, yes.
Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for.
You wanna go back into the ocean, I
Yes, yes, I, King of Pearls,
Not really surprising.
you on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water. Swing me as far as your arm's strength gives release. And treasure long sunk, I will grant.
Treasure, you say?
What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long lost treasure?
If you give me treasure, yes. Let's them to look merchant. That's not very nice. Yeah, let's not start on the wrong foot here. Let's actually see if he actually gives me something nice.
Kindness is its own reward, and then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind benefactor.
Yes, yes.
Bless me the might of your sea-bound pitch.
Bloop.
The sea, I have returned.
Yes, you have. Now give me monies.
Wave feels like a mermaid's kiss. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
I will admit this. I don't know how he did it, but he threw that pretty far. Maybe a good thing that we actually did not try to... no resistance and HP. More HP sounds pretty damn useful to have, especially if you are standing in the front lines. That act of kindness was actually somewhat, you know, reasonably worthy. To be fair, I don't know how much money he would be worth if I sold him, but you know. Trouble, you say? I still remember the second time. Or rather the second game. And I do remember that I found some very nice uses for my shovel. So I'm looking very much forward to making use of that again. And since one is here, I'm going to assume that somewhere close by is also going to be a mount where it's like, hey, look here. Reception. Make use of. I'll go shouting. Wouldn't even be surprised. More stuff. Actually, I'm collecting lots of stuff. I'm kind of assuming that most of it's...
Another piece of trash.
Yes, I know. Most of that is either going to be sold for minuscule amounts of money, or or is supposed to be crafting materials. But then again, I'm probably not going to make use of that now, am I? An old clothes care. 7 armor rate, that's actually not bad. Look at me, I have a little hood on my head now. Stylish, my friend. Very stylish. Have to cut a waypoint. Nice. I also discovered another shell. Now, is there any other mount I may have overlooked? Doesn't look like it. Well, then on we go to the nice people talking about single malt. You mentioned single malt. I'm very interested in single malt. I have a bit of a taste for a good bit of whiskey. I do have a very special one still sitting in my little...
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
If by Legion you mean you two, and if by unchallenged you mean you're basically one push away from, you know, falling over drunk. I love this game. They're like, hold, criminal scum, you're like, let me trade with you. They're like, okay. Do this. You have money. One of the more interesting aspects of this game, I would say. Yeah, take some of the branches. Let me guess, this is worth a bit more than you can actually afford. Arrow shaft. Here, take a few of my skulls. What? That seems like a reasonable price. Repair items. Okay, that's nice.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horde in sight, you know.
I don't know. Have you checked in my pants, Morsted? So, are you the other one? No, we're still with this one.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Sightseal.
No shit, you are the one. So, who the hell are you?
Legionnaires, of course. Are the for orcs, for they be attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We're the Legion, liberators.
You're standing so firm, you're going to fall over in a matter of, you know.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
At least he's aware of it.
Shh, just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
Well, it does seem like you've been enjoying a drink or two.
Cat the watch. Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There.
I actually did have in my life the pleasure of standing around for hours. And I can tell you, yeah, it's a pain in the ass if you're getting bored. Hey, liberators, you say?
A noble word for watchdog, that. And that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
I will admit, for somebody so simple-minded, he has a pretty damn straight perspective of what he's actually supposed to do. That's something that I can appreciate.
A wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
That Legion seems a lot more reasonable than I had assumed first. I like it.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
So, we're here on Source Hunter business. Here on Orders, huh?
You're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true?
Oh, okay.
We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
Yeah, that's a problem. Right, simple-minded people, eh?
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
Oh, sure. Brooklyn, nice. Well, sounds good to me. No, I don't need a squad. No, actually, probably not a good idea to get the people to move.
I don't need an escort, especially not a drunken one. Back off or face me.
And face me
Ha!
too. You
Insult the
two are a
drunkards.
disgrace to your uniforms.
You defy the Legion, will you? The punishment for that offense is death.
I mean, let me put this very mildly. You can try. I don't think your chances are very high. Now, let me try that out. Actually, how much do you cost? 3 points. He took the grenade. Whip. No, then, let me guess, it's probably not a good idea to actually go in there. So let's actually get a bit of distance to them. Ouch. Oh shit. Kinda wanted to avoid getting poisoned, so I kinda had the hope that, you know, if I go through there...
Corruption.
Corruption. Yeah, your very own corruption, mind you. First things first. Mechanical rage people, which is a good beginning. Nice. That was a pretty damn solid hit, I might say. Honestly though, I'm kinda sitting here like, do I even want to murder them? Kinda feels like overkill.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
I'm just going to point that out, you know.
Kiss of the Nightwalker.
I'm kinda not feeling too happy about this, honestly, but, you know. I mentioned before, sometimes you just have to live with your choices.
On the mend.
Maybe now you can learn something useful, like how to wash your underthings.
Yes, I'm sure that's a very useful skill. Ouch. Is that all my stuff I just sold him? Yeah, this is all the stuff I just sold him, isn't it? I mean, that's a pretty damn realistic approach that yes, everything I sold him should be back at me. I still don't really like it. And I can't steal from you, apparently. Can I talk?
Well, there we have it. 2 dead legionnaires.
Well, they kinda did, you know.
They deserved it, the cretins.
Right you are. I'll not shed tears for the likes of them.
Nope, I'm not going to feel bad about this. I am in fact going to feel very much like I always do. You go like, yeah, shit happens. They could have avoided it, you know. They just needed to be a bit more reasonable. Then again, to be fair, they were drunk, and I'm well aware that people who are drunk tend to, you know, be a bit, just a bit more forward than what they usually are. So yeah. Wasn't the best possible outcome, but you know, I'm just going to accept it because, well, I have 8 in strength. Improves man-at-arm skill and how much you can carry, increase the weight of items you can move and how far you can throw them. Right? Sounds like something I want to get up. Constitution with the retain maximum number of action points. It too sounds like something I want to get up, but let's go with strength first. Let's get that to a nice even 10. That sounds nice. Locking behind thinking, not interested. Craftsmanship. I'm not going to use that anyway, knowing myself. Telekinesis. Could be useful, but not necessarily on him. Leadership 1. Boosts initiative and damage. Charisma. People in temperature. Reasoning. Maybe. Man at arms at 1. Turn witchcraft and so on. Cheat special. I'm not going to use those. I guess personality-wise, charisma or bartering. Actually, you know what? Let's not spend that point right now. Let's wait instead. You have actually intelligence, constitution. You have not much speed. You have enough of. For dexterity-based weapons, what even would be considered a dexterity-based weapon? Are you a dexterity-based weapon? I'm supposing yes, because it says requires dexterity 5. And why would you use that then? Wouldn't make much sense now, would it? I'm gonna have to read that up at some point. And for that, you have sneaking one. Lockpicking would probably also be something you want to have. I can see some fighting going on down there. Yeah, it seems like something I want to get somewhat involved in, I suppose. This game is saving. That's usually not a good sign. Standard issue bow, you say? That's actually something I might want to give you. Also, I want to give you this back. Probably this. So you actually have, you know, dexterity-based weapons, I suppose. Even though they're not as good. Yeah, let's stay with this for the moment. Parchment, anything interesting? Gravekeeper, Ragegain, Indian Chamber for moving to the Indian. Proceeds, they're very close. Okay, that's just how you solve that riddle, I suppose. Why would you have that there? Staff of Magus, you don't have that. You take the bow. You want a practice sword? That's actually better than what I have equipped.
Hoping someone special will be impressed by the way you wield that great heaving weapon?
Not really, just, you know, the usual. Like to have good weapons. Tape. Somewhat usual. Oh, that's nice. Actually allows me good overview. I like it. I like it very much. But apart from that, I don't think I very much. Actually, can I? Okay, that's apparently all giving me the same. And as head. Bone. Then I have flask, smoke grenades. All the other nice stuff. I mean, you at least have a bow now. A good beginning, I suppose. Oh well. Again, did say, so I'm kind of like, something horrible is going to happen. Yeah, I don't remember. Shite. Come on, game, it's...
Kill the unbelievers.
That's really not nice of you, game, to put him right in my face. Contest. Well, I guess that battle is also not yet over. Jesus, that orc can really take some punishment. Also, how many bloody action points do you have? Jesus Christ. Really not harmless, let me tell you. Kinda, you know, failed there pretty damn horribly, buddy.
Meet your demise.
I think I sadly have the action points to actually do anything with that. But I can, of course, encourage people. Now then. Can I move behind him and still use that? Probably I can. Yes. Then I can use my weapon attach. Nice. Because that was more than enough to murder it. Yeah, I find it very pleasing. Pretty good combination there. He's probably going to get his turn sooner or later. Yeah, there it is. You cannot really do much about that. Well, going to accept that as is. Hardly a problem so far. Yes, combat is going rather well after all. Ouch. Not so much for the Legionnaires, mind you. Boop. Very much rather for me.
Those orcs had a human commander.
How very curious, and how very disquieting.
Junius, didn't they hear the fight?
Yeah. Oh shit, he's going to go back there, isn't he?
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Well, if somebody else, let's just claim that, you know, the orcs did it. Yeah. It's creepy.
Hail, Source Hunter. Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you.
It's very nice of the Legion to welcome me. We want to buy some Seychelles. You know, don't really need them. That's one of those two. Need 40. Give me 40. Beep. Thank you very much. Tell me about yourself.
Not so different from any other soldier you'll meet round these parts.
Mm-hmm.
We've all lost more comrades here in Sicil than most do in an entire military career.
That's quite a number then. That's not good.
Bloody orcs are at it again. Beats me what on earth they want in Sicil. This is their second attack within as many weeks and their second defeat.
So far so good.
That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here.
Fireball. Our sailors making out.
I would go myself, but we legionnaires are under strict orders never to abandon our posts. Never know when another one of these little raiders might sidle up the beach.
So, why was there bloody human?
Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer.
That would probably be rather surprising, yes.
Whatever the Cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicil?
Yeah, it'd probably be on my way, because that's not my business. I'm Source Hunter, I'm about Source. And I kind of feel like this is going to get very much of my problem, isn't it? Stardust drop. Oh. Yeah, come on. This looks like such a classical scenario to use some top scroll like this and go like water. Yeah. See, I always like to point out I'm not really good at riddles, but even I'm not that dumb that I can't put those two together and be like, I have a scroll of water. And a scroll of rain, to be fair. Then they're like, oh, there's a burning ship. Could use help. Wink, wink. Heavily implying going like, yep, do it. And I'm going to assume that you normal legionnaires will not have much to say because you are named. I do wonder what that one is going to say that's walking, you know, back to the two corpses. That, as I will now officially claim, were murdered by the orcs. That is the official story now. And none other shall stand. Of course. Oh, bye. Take. I still have one more hood. Can give that up. Oh shit. I think he's onto me.
Oh, the Source Hunter! Nice to see these winds are blowing more than bloody orcs our way. Welcome to Sicil, comrade. Bloody orcs are at it. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble.
Well, the interesting part is he's like, well shit, I'm not going to talk with them about this horrible nonsense that's happening here. The closed shoes. They actually have more armor rating than my traveling boots. Interestingly enough. You don't have anything on your head anyway, and you're probably going to have the same ones. Yeah. Hardly, it's all standard issue. Yeah, that never really lasts long. Your starting equipment is not meant to last long. In most RPGs, there are some more tricky in that you actually need to keep your starting equipment in your inventory, because at some point in the far distant future you can upgrade it to be the strongest equipment in the game, which I always found to be, you know, a bit of an assholish move. But let's not claim that never happened.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel.
Well, I'm talking to a cat. Oh, no, right, I remember this. This is not a cat, this is actually a mage. The mage we heard about from the guts before. You are rich as fuck, my friend. No. We'll make use of that. I mean, I read this already. I don't think I need to read that again. Lockpicks pretty useful. Poison arrows. Wait, that's full arrows, isn't it? Yeah, I might actually want to keep full arrows and scrolls. Yeah, it doesn't sound much useful. That also doesn't really sound. Can I throw you? I might actually want to make use of that. An intelligence post. +2 intelligence. Rotations returns. Okay, Paris version. That's food. Now you keep this. Let's keep those, and we've read those, those. This, and this. The interesting part is he's actually not. I would actually like to have an option to now just tell him, like, give me equal value.
But I see we've suffered another orc landing.
Yeah, kind of thought this big.
Judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicyon.
I mean, on one hand, I would say it's kind of impolite, isn't it? He's basically talking to me polymorphed.
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day.
I prefer cold beer, my friend.
I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city.
But yeah, hot day, nice cold beer. I can get behind that idea.
So you were, and so you weren't.
Behold!
Behold! There we are.
Woohoo!
Meet my other half, Hunter.
Now, why the hell you needed to do a backflip there? Let's just say, you know.
No need to look so flabbergasted.
I'm not flabbergasted,
I may be a wizard rife with
you know,
tricks and guile, but I assure you,
just a bit like,
an earnest one.
really? Something along these lines, you know. Imagine the look.
So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder.
Yes, but only if you stop with the cat jokes, please.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my
Oh,
very
bloody hell, you're
whiskers
not gonna
that
stop, are you?
sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead.
Well, undead does sound like a bit of a problem, doesn't it? So, where is that scene of the crime?
Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn.
King Crab Inn, you say?
The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek.
Council has been murdered. I'm going to assume there are some suspects around.
So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed.
That's typical
But
suspect.
To be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink.
Basically, so she's a bit of the,
Yes, honest pay for an
more
honest
attractive, let's say, married woman who tries to, keep her charm up. So, sure. Also a very obvious target for gossip and, of course, as a suspect. There's gonna be lots of jealousy involved in that, I assume.
Still, don't simply
Also
take
probably,
my word for it, Hunter. It may
bit of a
be
case of
well
cheating,
worth
maybe,
your while to
here and there.
cross-examine her yourself.
Mm.
The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow.
Check that out, sure. And what else can we talk about? Oh yeah, it's actually an interesting fact.
Human, you say?
Indeed.
Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack.
Interestingly enough, stranger things have happened between heaven and earth than a kitten leading a wolf pack.
And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what
Just
to
a fad
make of
then.
this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand.
Well, so far so good then, actually. What exactly is the trouble you have with the undead? I mean, apart from, that they are freaking undead, which is a problem in and of itself. The dead should not be walking. Usually they're kinda pissed off when they do.
Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years, the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed.
Nobody asked the most important question of why the frick are the undead even, rising and doing stuff.
The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistay...
A magic-infused ballistay. I would very much like to fire that thing. That sounds like a nice boom thing.
Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
Technically speaking, it shouldn't be that hard to find bloody necromancers. I mean, look where are the highest concentration of the undead, and you're probably getting warmer. Okay, so not the first time you have problems with orcs, eh?
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this
Oh,
city's
I'm rolling my eyes so bloody hard at this point.
And it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here.
Probably enjoying the freaking beach at this point. Well, lying in the sun.
There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools.
There's always a nice player. There's nothing along, apart from. So there is something. Stop talking nonsense, you idiot. And if they have an unfavorable reputation and they're landing there, they're sitting there, then yeah, there's probably something to it. Are you an idiot?
Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise?
Yeah, not so much surprising as why the frick you apparently making it your thing. Holes in, every bloody aspect, even in this conversation.
Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on
Also, don't forget about the heat.
and hunt with
Pretty
only
sweet
the
thing.
moon as your witness. You could, but of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs.
Yeah, kind of problem.
I freely admit. Let's just say.
Yeah, you enjoy the whole thing about being an animal. Yes. Now, he is clearly a male, so I'm assuming he's going to be a male cat too and not a female cat. Otherwise, I would probably, you know, assume that there's even more interesting aspects to that whole cat thing.
And I'm certain we
Yeah,
have a lot
probably
more to
is.
talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the
So we have some main quest stuff now going on.
And with
Good.
that, I bid you adieu, hunter.
You just stole one of my most used lines, you bloody
Your
bastard.
enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
I feel the need to murder you. I'm the one who beats people at you, that's not your bloody job. You fucking... Well, I know where I can find him. And I feel the need to murder him. Is he actually an important quest person, or can I murder him? Well, you're just a citizen. You're also just a citizen. Because if I can murder him, you bloody well believe I will. Now then, are these sailors thankful enough to actually give me something for my trouble? Yo, Pablo.
Save that ship all by your lonesome.
I did.
If I had the magic touch about me, I'd have lent you my hand too.
Oh, is that so, Pablo? I don't know, Pablo. I really don't know. What else I don't care. So, how about that burning ship?
I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sails. But you managed to
Yeah, closest thing to a miracle. Fish. You bloody. Are you serious?
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
That's, are you really serious? You can't just take a bloody step over... This feels somewhat stupid, I'm just going to point out. Yeah, game logic. Sometimes game logic kinda bites you in the ass. Now then.
Our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes while we could do nothing but look on.
You still have money.
Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment ago. With our ship sunk, we're little more than 3 men with nothing more to say than boo.
You're saying a lot more than boo, mind you.
These damn orcs. They can't keep off this place for the life of them. They came in here slinging fireballs and swinging swords.
Oh, about the burning ship then?
Right stunning show of magic you pulled, it was.
Yes.
Wish
Race me more.
around when our own barge went down in flames.
So,
with our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around here, that's...
oh, I can keep a look.
Found us a job yet? We'll take anything.
Well, finding you a job, eh? Why does it always feel like you as the protagonist?
That loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Good point.
Here, inside Seal. Of all the cursed hunks of rock to land on, a ship's got a soul too, you know. You did a mighty fine thing saving that
Yes,
barge.
more praise.
For those of us raised in crews instead of families, it's kin to saving a fellow man. Madness. Thought we were done with those swampy uglies a fortnight ago. Note, though, that none of them dared to come close to the tide splitter.
You joint splitter, you say?
What about the time the cat...
Sauce? Here, inside Seal.
Yeah, I'm not interested in hearing the same thing again.
The the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride.
Knowing him, he'd drove it straight to the pub and back.
Conrad.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicily?
Well, I try to enjoy it as much as I can.
Minds launching an attack on a city wizard. I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign. Name's Conrad.
Kinda make a point there, dear little Conrad. A good one, actually. If it's such a suicidal attack and the orcs are still doing it, I'm pretty damn sure they have a pretty damn worthy goal then, wouldn't you assume? Also, this game is going to make me probably go insane with the sheer amount of stuff I can open, look into, and take stuff out. That's not even involving any, you know, actual stealing. Let's not even account for the fact what happens if you actually give me the option to steal things too. And I saw that red hand, I damn well know that I can't steal in this game. Oh boy. That's the sort of thing that makes me waste time, like, you know. Oh boy. Rods. Deep stuff like this. Why can't I even pick this up? What use is there? Zip game going to tell me that it's also including a fishing minigame that I can play. I sure hope not. I certainly have not the best experience with fishing in games. Reminds me of the time I fished in Nier Automata for a very, very long time. Was fun at first, but so, yeah, I think it was around the 2-hour mark or so when things became a bit, you know. All because that one bloody fish just refused to show up. I think I was actually desperate enough to look up a freaking guide on where to fucking find that thing. And I still sat there for, I think all in all, at least 4 hours or so. And I'm going to assume that this is the gate outside to the western beaches, where the bloody orcs are, and just waiting for me to come out and eat me. You're insulting me.
These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Will not be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter.
Indeed.
Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the
Sure.
investigation?
Civilians aren't allowed outside this
You
gate.
can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Captain Aureus something fierce. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left-field orc attacks long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
Open the gate.
I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2 runs the risk of being outflanked and outnumbered. I'll bring some backup if I were you.
You make a good
Of course,
point.
the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out?
On a second thought, let us not do this just now. Because even I will agree that no matter what other argument there is, I have a severe lack of personnel. That's something I would like to remedy, at the very least. Monsieur Ishmael, did you see? He was great for raise the treasure for me. Doesn't it mean that it's done? I'm going to assume that the quest is done. It's just a bug function.
Worse than being stuck on land.
Oh yeah, the ground is probably quite steady. Otherwise, I would probably get worried. It's interesting. Nobody's like, you know, taking any sort of.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Yeah, nobody really cares about me stealing their stuff. Then when I chose some other stuff, they're like, "Oh no, you can't take this." Why though?
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as
They really don't care. They have strange, very strange interpretation.
Pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside this warehouse, snooping around?
Hey, important
If
idea.
it's conversation you're looking for, I'd recommend my comrade Florius, or as I prefer to call him, Loose Lips McGee. As for myself, my job is to protect this warehouse, not chit-chat with intruders.
I have quite the opinions about Flores there.
That idiot man-child would sooner spend an hour chatting up a thief than a minute arresting him. I only hope he gets transferred out of this warehouse and straight to the perimeter. Let him rot off as zombies here instead of mine. Nah, even thinking of him turns one into a gabbing hen. Please.
Well, I can kind of get where he's coming from. I also don't like an, you know, over communicative people. Kind of gets to me.
And don't mind if I pick your brain about the scoop around Undervale. I'm behind on my current affairs.
Well, then tell me about yourself.
I tell ya, this gig sure beats getting my toes bitten off by zombies out in the field. We warehouse guards don't have to do much apart from stroll the perimeter a few. And of course, every now and again, some friendly folks, like yourself, will wander through here. And nothing beats a pleasant conversation. Though my comrade Horatius has quite different opinions on that. Have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a townsperson with a hello instead of a state your purpose, he starts frothing on and on about godly duty and security breach.
Current affairs, you said.
Jake business is quite the scandal, no?
Yes.
I myself suspect his wife Esmeralda. Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through butts. I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Never did get on well with her. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure having a fresh ear around here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's be.
That fusspot said what? Well, old loose lips will let that lowly backbiter know what he. Something you'd like to say to my face?
I haven't a thing to say to you. I'm on duty.
Duty, indeed. Put up your fists.
Are you mad? We're guards, not drunks on the streets.
Enough! But what is this barbarism? Back to your post at once!
Okay.
This is an important matter. A matter of honor.
I see, I could have used the time to get in there and.
Understood? Understood, sir.
Yeah, sure. I see what I'm not really want to get all the way down to petty thieves. Hey, Moira. Who are you?
Oh, a sauce hunter.
You have not very much to say, apparently. Everybody's going to get pissed off.
She'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
What?
Come
Is it literal
now.
hell?
Enough doom and gloom. Cast your gaze instead upon my fair fanged filly.
Oh.
Ah, who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets.
Orcs are indeed predators, as far as we are aware.
That. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed.
Yeah.
Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
Yeah, tell me about yourselves, I suppose.
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions. But now we're needed at our posts. I can hardly believe
Yeah, you should.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
It's bit insulting, isn't it?
A woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor.
I mean, he makes a pretty good point there, you know, orcs dangerous, so what's this about a Chambok?
Here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore? This lovely orchid. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore a vial of love potion shattered over her head. And when she turned to face him, I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the orchestra under some kind of duress.
You're some simp, aren't you? Bloody fucking hell.
Manner would never willingly join up with those fish.
I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat.
A love potion. Tell me more about that nonsense.
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing, I sent away for the world-famous love potion, Available for a limited time only.
Of course.
And it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has
Yeah.
been? Spending all his cash on snake oil.
Indeed, it
and
is snake
bringing
oil.
a temporarily
Yes.
tranquilized
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement?
Every bloody company under the sun would do that if they can get away with that.
Printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight
Mhm.
if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please.
Yeah, she's got to be put down.
Got to be put down. If this love potion is as dodgy as it sounds, she could come to her vicious senses at any time.
Yeah, and then she's going to murder people.
Agreed. I've never met an orc I trusted, charmed or not.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one with common sense around here.
No, you're not.
Do the honors myself.
No! She's harmless! Please!
Avert.
You bastard! You had no right!
No right to protect.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
Yeah, let's just...
You we need protection from, murderer. Fortunately, the Wizards of Youthful Gore make a revenge elixir that will show you what's what.
Go ahead and throw your sugar water on me if you like. Your foolishness is no longer my problem. Thank you, stranger. If you ever need help, I'll do my best to repay you.
I mean, you know, it's kind of bloody business, I will admit, but... I don't need to think very long about how horrible this is going to turn out if we let that sit there. I'm pretty damn sure we will later then come back and find the corpse and probably both of them dead. With an orc on the loose inside the city.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
And it's not something I want to get involved in. No, thank you very much. Let me guess, I can't reach, yeah. Yeah, I don't really see how yet how we gonna go there, but we'll find out one way or another. Lots of legionnaires. Yeah, I don't really remember much about this town, so you know, kind of nice. And we're so close, indefinitely, you say. Jesus, that looks like the city's gonna be very much big, isn't it? Yeah, that door is a bit tougher than I would like to admit. HP 600, yeah, no. That doesn't seem like a door we can bust just down. Yep, no. There's no way in hell we'll be able to do this in a reasonable time frame. And got pause with that. I actually have things to do. Oh right, yeah, the burners you can actually make. You can make stuff. So there's a hammer I can steal. Which I of course will. Because I can sell that. It's not gonna fetch much, but you know, every little bit helps. It's raining.
Potent heat.
Yeah, there's a fire nearby.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, source hunter.
Soaked to the skin.
They're just going to let me run outside if I so desire. That's interesting. I'll have to remember that. Da-di-da-di-da, stealing all your little stuff. I mean, there's nobody around to stop me now, is there? 9-inch nails.
The popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Yeah, but there's nobody around to stop me now, is there? I want to have my 9-inch nails.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
Let me remind you, game, I don't need sneak mode because nobody's around.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Yeah, if only. If only. That would be cool. Or it would give me bonus points.
Nothing but rubbish.
Ah, well, well. Don't be so tough on yourself. Now then, up we go. After we stole all your stuff. There's somebody.
What do you think you're doing?
Fate is an ice-cold mistress.
What? Okay, that's actually surprising. You want to murder me.
Rather like a lightning rod, aren't you?
Surprising. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
No foe can stand before me.
Yeah, no. He can't. But the tree falls down and
Back
he's...
on my feet again.
Shoot again. Well, let us hope that the city is not going to mind overly much the fact that I just murdered their... Station? Undertaker. How about that? You know, the guy who puts corpses into the ground. Not like me, who puts living people. Quite literally. In the ground. I mean, so far I don't hear any guards screaming bloody murder at me, so I am going to assume for the moment that everything is alright. Well. Cup of water and a nice apple. And a knife. Well, so far so good. Found some nice stuff actually, I do like that. Quite enjoyable. Well, the good thing is, apparently nobody took any sort of, well, insult or anything else, apparently from me outright murdering somebody.
Goes to and fro the city's youth. Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth. To break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench.
Sure, sure. Horrible stuff, I know. Give me all your money, please.
Pray, let me be forward with you. Oh, sapling rose. Oh, leaf of spring. I am but an aged elf that has seen the years parade in long succession. Gladly shall
So, assistance, you watch.
you would listen to my grievances, guide me towards
Sure, just come to the point.
wine, and a snug little room awaits us.
And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to talk with you here. Instead, I'm going to, you know, force you to run all the way out, and then I'm going to talk to you. There are graves here, apparently.
Here lies Gregory, whose wife told him so. Warrior princess. Here lies Neil, killed in the line of duty. I want to go home.
Oh, when I learned one thing over the years, then opening up graves is usually not a good idea. Quite often you will find things that are very much horrible.
Here lies Jared. Shall I come back as an enraged spirit or a lovable prankster ghost?
Never save the game and look into the grave. Oh shit, yes, I summoned the Great Dead. What is that? Game's like, you found something that is tougher than you. Might wanna avoid that. Oh shit, the dog's getting involved. Jesus Christ. That was indeed horrible. And murdered me, alright. But okay. I know now that is probably not a good grave to dig up.
Here lies Patrick. You can kill me, but you'll never kill the dancer inside me.
Let's just hope he's not gonna come up and dance. No, apparently not. Would have been a shame, wouldn't it be?
Here lies Catherine. I know, I was great.
Catherine the Great, eh? Piles of bones.
Here lies Kimberly. Finally.
Oh, wasn't the most beloved person in the world, apparently.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Yeah.
Here lies Kavanagh. Will they have...
It does seem like he's eager to tell me something and just don't speak dog. I do however speak grave. Robbery.
Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
Jake, isn't that the guy we're supposed to look up? Let me dig out that grave.
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snatched Jake's body.
That does indeed seem to be the case.
Here lies David, who ran from the Reaper. You'll never catch me alive.
You'll never catch me alive. Yeah, I don't think the Reaper is supposed to catch you alive. Oh shit, I summoned something. It's Dave. That I summoned from the dead.
You can't keep still.
I'm not doing much in the way of damage.
The Seven. Call me home.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to win this. I think Dave is going to murder us. After which he will murder everything.
Without aid, I will expire soon.
No, I think we will absolutely, totally expire. Because that thing is fucking tough. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting. Well, okay, let's try the next grave and hope for better tidings. Oh shit, I summoned something. Nimrus.
Here lies Nemris, master of philosophy.
Great.
Here, even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. Well, here I am, Nemris the Wise. You may go wide-eyed with amazement now.
Yeah, sure, gonna lose. Tell me about yourself, my friend.
As if I need introduction. Nemris the thinker, the theorist.
You're an author.
I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death. There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages, percolating with perspicacity. Alas, that so few show an understanding of my words, so few show the expected intellectual growth when I put them to the test.
Can I read you?
And indeed you must. But alas, I was not buried with a printed version of that blueprint of genius that is my...
Put me to the test.
feel you are ready
Sure.
to prove that you
How hard can it be?
and understood the philosophy of... Then we shall proceed to test between life and death. Death is the greater.
Well, was not.
Of course not.
Correct, he is not.
Let us proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Life is life's own goal. The question that is itself the answer. Good.
Not entirely.
No.
I concur.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear. Death I dub thee life's equal. Is the...
Your undoing.
Your undoing.
So it is.
Hopes and up. A combination of words I have long since forgone to come.
Nice, isn't it?
Let alone put into action. And before me stands a living proof why. Begot stupidity shall not go unpunished. Perhaps death itself shall teach you more about the philosophy of life.
Oh shit. I mean, he is technically speaking only level 5, so we have once found an enemy that we can technically beat. Question is how many ouch, sacrifices, ouch, that is going to require. Yeah, it's also going to murder all the NPCs. That is not a good thing.
I can defeat them all in a blow.
Now we shall load this because this is not nearly as good a result as it could have been. Yeah.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace.
Well, sure, that's an introduction. Tell me about yourself then.
Lived a prosperous life. With my husband and our happy little daughter, Lonnie never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came, she was killed less than a week after she joined.
In memory of Lonnie, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Well. The horribleness might actually be a good idea to not disturb that grave in particular. Be kinda... maybe a bit unlucky, you know. Do that while the morning mother is standing right above it. I have found apparently a cave. The graveyard. Well, interesting. Well, this could easily be very interesting. Oh, for the love of God, why would you pick that up? Let it sit there. Oh shit, I see undead. Oh shit, I walked forward a bit too much. But they're only level 2. Jump. Nice. That was a very good move. You moved right behind the mage. How much does this cost? A bit. But well, they're immune to knockdown. That is indeed not good. Ouch. But at least I'm not knocked down, but I'm burning. Ouch. I'm taking some damages here. I'm not very much pleased about this. Ouch.
You don't need all of that blood, do you?
No. He's dead. He doesn't. Really doesn't. Now then I can heal myself, which costs more than... heals plus 20%. Is that enough to survive? I think I should probably take both. have a good chance of actually surviving.
Not so fast.
And he's trying to run away. What an idiot. Okay, you can heal. I hate this system of, look at us, we don't need classes.
The time of your death is at hand.
Nice. Now then, you move forward a bit. You are still feeling very much better about yourself. So, push everybody.
Shields, heads, hearts.
Yes, and everything in between. Good, they found another target. That's hurting as well, but that's still better. Ouch.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
Well, murder him, please. That is very much what I wanted to see.
A little help here.
Oh shit, cannot do this again. Hey. Phew. This was very much a bit close for comfort. I'm going to point out, yes, too close for comfort. Jesus. It's a sort of action where I'm like, oh well. Let's just be very much happy that this is over. Are you telling me there are more? Yeah, there are more. And I really don't have the health to do this. That is putting it very mildly. Do I have anything? Doesn't really look like it. I mean, you have not armor. Shot by type. No, that's not going to help me. Going to help me. It's actually going to help me. And then we have a one-handed slashing weapon, paper knife, dagger. Unified things, but it's not really helpful. And the paper knife is not really better, but the dagger is better. So far so good. 24, then we have the boots for you. And that was actually everything we had for you. The problem is I cannot face that thing in front without risking getting seriously murdered, so I will save here. Run in there as fast as I can to check out how many there are. Enemy-wise. And that's definitely too many to reasonably face. Let us leave this place. Horribly fast. Nope. We do not have the necessary strength here to do this. Chat as it is, we do not. And we shall as such run away very quickly. Bloody graveyards. Danger to everybody. Now since we're up again, there's one more grave we can plunder. 2 more graves actually.
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Sicil, Get off my grave, you jackanapes.
Well, I will, after I took everything.
Here lies Helen, killed by an enraged zombie.
Hmm.
I'm sure we can talk this out.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think so. Oh shit. Helen has risen up and she's pissed.
Rest in peace, darling.
Let us not fight Helen. We are too wounded and we don't have enough companions. That's not a good combination. Like at all. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Oh, ladies, oh shit. It's actually getting a bit late.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant.
There's Rob, and he's poisoned. And I can't attack him for some reason, but I would very much like to. Ah, so many ballistas. Kinda nice. Okay, so this is where the main quest thing goes on.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you.
Mhm.
Very few have returned.
Joking. I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
Strange nails.
Bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maul, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Yes, yes. Horribleness everywhere. I see someone who has a name.
A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one.
Uh-huh.
I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation.
Yeah, no, can't say I've started on that yet.
We could use your help as well.
Mhm.
We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success.
Well, first things first, who are you?
Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command,
Mhm.
but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is.
You're just gonna take every bloody help you can get.
Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Nice way of saying it,
That
but
is exactly
again, I get
what
where
your
you're coming
presence
from.
in Sicil is, source hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this. The undead. I pitied them at first.
Blessed be thy name, Coffee.
Kind and innocent
Blessed
civilians
be
of
thy name
Sicil,
indeed.
after all. No longer do I feel that way. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east.
Interesting.
So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters. I
Sure.
shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. It's very sweet of you that you are trying to get these men a job. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the rest of them. But even with a sword in their hands, they wouldn't stand a chance against the undead. And I don't want any more blood on my hands.
Well, I can kinda get where you're coming from, and at least you're honest about it, so...
If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places. There's a
Lighthouse.
to the west.
Okay, it's on the
Up
west, so that was
locals
probably
say it's
the first
haunted,
one.
And half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere talk. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping he's not. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians raised it and built it. All superstitious mumbo jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the
Into the
expedition.
pact, you might be legionnaires.
So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, Which is the chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you
Hmm.
see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful...
That's actually a nice deal you're offering there. So you actually get well, a nice little ticket home if so they actually survive. Which, to be fair, you know, it's a bunch of a chance. 1 in 10 is not much.
Yeah, chicken, chicken, chicken. Blasted put. Don't let that rooster escape. He's already on the menu for tonight.
Isn't it a chicken?
True story indeed.
Hmm.
Perhaps we...
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got nervous when I mentioned drumsticks. Let's have that bird then, shall we?
Well, we kinda murdered him. But then again, he was a bloody chicken then, so you know. That painting of a pig is worth a fuck ton of money, to put that nicely. Before I steal all the food, that thing should look around and be like, is there anybody who sees me?
If
No?
only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
That narrator really wants to get a punch in the face, doesn't he? I'm just gonna point it out. Now I'm just going to steal all your foodstuffs, then I'm going to sell you all your foodstuffs. Why, you might wonder, I do something so heartless. Well, there's money, you see. Pretty damn useful resource. In pretty much every game that has ever been. Okay, now. Not just going to not take all the stuff I can get my little hands on. But to be fair, I will at least not murder the poor little piggies inside here. That would be kind of harsh. I mean, to be fair, they're gonna get murdered and then eaten later on and turned into a nice little pork. But at least I will have a clear conscience and be like, well, no, I didn't murder them.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty.
Where does this lead? Another house.
Potent heat.
They're like potent heat.
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Oh no, you're just walking close to a, you know, little fire. Which is kinda heating you up, I get.
It's heating up.
Well, I get where you're coming from. Well then, well then, well then. Look at the graveyard, we are. I think this was a rather successful first exploration. I can see a crime scene, but we should probably talk to the captain first. But it's main story material, and you know, avoiding main story stuff is usually the best way to go in the beginning. Let me make a nice little save game. Again, because creativity has usually bitten me in the ass. I think this is a very good name. But yes, now I'm gonna have to do the very awkward thing of going like, you know, I shall bid you adieu. And make myself a personal note that I will keep a certain feline inclined polymorphing mage in the walls when I get an opportunity to do so. Because he ruined it for me. I'm not feeling good about it anymore. I'll still keep at it. But you know, oh well, can't change anything about that, I guess. But yes, all that considered, that have a good one, I suppose, for the rest of the night, and I shall be back tomorrow. I don't yet know what we're gonna play. It's gonna be Friday the usual, so it's gonna be my new little favorite pastime. But you know, we might actually play something a bit more than just one. But yes, with this, without further ado, bye bye for now, and look forward to tomorrow, I suppose. Better than your